All right, welcome to the second episode of the PPP cast, Camcast, whatever cast you want to call it. It's
Number
just
two.
it's usual me and Cam, but today we have a special guest, and I'm gonna let Cam introduce him.
Okay, so he's from the Discord. He's pretty prominent in the server. He's gotten top 100 on one score attack. I think top 200 on several others, and he consistently gets top 500, which makes him immediately way better than me. So I'd like to welcome Dimes4Crimes.
Oh,
Saying
Cam,
the
you're
name
being
made me
so
laugh.
flattering. Yes, it is
Uh,
a part 7 reference. You can see it.
oh God. Oh wow. Um, so I mean, let's just get straight into it. After the last 14 minutes of shitting on the anniversary, we got a part 4 Jotaro rerun that was
Out
fun.
of nowhere,
Now it's gone.
pretty
Well,
much.
we got reverse baited for him because I mean we everyone was like, no, skip Jotaro. We're gonna be getting high Dio and voice Jotaro soon, which we do have them, and we'll talk about them. But if you skipped part 4 Jotaro for high Dio and voice Jotaro, you basically made a mistake.
That's pretty
I'm
sad if you
sorry.
skipped.
I'm really
To be
sorry.
fair, I had to skip. I was doing desperate singles and I just didn't get him, so I accepted defeat and skipped. But the thank you banners we mentioned in the last episode, part 2 with voice Giorno, voice Caesar, and voice Joseph. That banner is up now, so if you want to pick them up, definitely go for it. Voice Joseph is pretty good, and voice Caesar is good for the collection. And you already know I got shafted. Sybil.
I got shafted on that banner as well.
I fuck,
I
I
did.
got
Oh
pogged
god.
at the end. I got voice Jonah at my last multi, and I'm feeling good. I don't give a fuck about voice Joseph or voice Caesar.
I did
Fuck part
five.
2.
Alright.
I did five multis on part two. Thank you, ticket banner. I got four GRs, two Darbies. No limited
So
units, but it's okay.
So we're just gonna move straight to the new banner, the new units, the event card, and some new rewards that we actually got, some badges. We'll talk about those in a minute. So, Dimes, you want to talk about the banner?
All right, so looking at the banner, it is a step up, a special Aura step up, with the featured units voiced Jotaro and voiced Dio, which is based off his high version at the end of part 3. Um, on the first step, it's just a discounted. I'm sure you guys all know what a step up is, but basically, step one is 200 diamonds for 10 units, and step two is boosted GR rates for part three or voiced Jotaro. Part Dio does not get boosted rates in step two. Only Jotaro gets boosted to 1%, while Dio gets 0.5%. Then we got step three, which gives you a guaranteed GR at the end. Then you got step four, which is a discounted multi to 300 diamonds with 100 level tickets, which okay. And then step five, you get a guaranteed new character. You either get voice Jotaro or voice Zero at for your 10th pull, which I'm honestly a big fan of the 50-50 GRs because usually we get 50-50 with a GR and the SR.
I I
But
do like it, but the amount of diamonds you have to shaft yourself with just to get the guaranteed one, it's just not really worth it in any case.
it's better than usual. However, if you want to get at either one of these units, then it's pretty fair. You will at least come out with one of them. So I think
Yeah, I
that's
was
some
about to
good.
say you said at least, but I just got shafted a second one on call.
Uh,
But we should talk about the event card now. So there's actually two new event cards that are out at this moment, which is the front card of what was the name of it? It's the Deals World card. It has 12 sets by default, and thankfully you get boss rewards and set rewards replaced by tickets and the button badge stamps, which again we'll be going over in a minute. It's pretty basic. Actually, it just hit me out of nowhere that we should talk about the challenges from sets 9 through 12.
yes,
I
yes.
didn't I I didn't even
They're
think of
not
it before
really
this.
they are not really that special. Stage 10 requires you to match 100 partner panels, which should take you at most 2 times to finish. Then the
Mm-hmm.
boss is, and then the stage 10 boss, you just got to beat him. No big deal. Then stage 11, you gotta beat or not beat, I mean match 100 leader panels like
Mm-hmm.
before. Just switch your main units to the leaders, and yeah.
Same win condition for set 11, and then set 12 is clear 200 cheer panels, and the set 12 bosses get a total combo of 250.
Personally, I used Polnareff and Narancha to farm up my combo, which, the boss isn't too difficult. I found it pretty manageable, but then
Mm-hmm.
again, my units are pretty high leveled, so no biggie.
So straight to the units. Sybil, you want to talk about Hio? I hate saying that.
Okay, I'm just gonna go with my opinion on both of them. Hi, Dio. Pretty solid unit. I personally would say of how he's done this score attack, I think he can make bottom A tier. His
Hmm.
ability, basically, you go in a stand up, you go in a time stop. You stop time and you can just tap every panel except for his own panel and just start erasing them all. And once at the very end of your time stop, all your high deal panels will pop and they'll do a decent amount of damage. For
Well, it's not
voiced,
your high Dio. It's just the longest. It's like the longest chain. It's not just high Dio, but like considering
but
you can't pop the high
it's
Dio
usually high
ones,
deal, yeah.
it's almost always going to be high Dio at the end. But yeah, I just wanted to
Yes,
clarify that.
yes, and depending on how much the matches, you get the proportional amount of enhanced hit panels at the end of the time stop.
Really, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah,
Well,
I forgot about that. He does enhance panels right after.
That
yep.
sounds really. What?
It's only
Why
four.
are people
It's like
saying he's B
it's
tier?
only four.
Well,
It's
Oh,
like four.
okay, that
It's
makes
a
a lot of
really low.
sense.
It's a really low number.
Yeah.
however, there are some glaring issues with voice Dio. One problem is his high cooldown, which never really stopped certain units like Gold Experience Requiem, because you can just
God.
SL5 them. However, voice Dio has another glaring issue, like the pink elephant in the room
Uh,
with this character. You can't charge your partner with them. What?
I think the 0.75, like the 0.75 times stand up charge is also pretty whack, but it's mostly the partner charge that kills him.
Well, Gold Experience Requiem has the 0.75
Yeah,
percent
yeah.
stand-up charge, but oh man, not being
It's the
able to charge
partner
your
charge that
partner.
kills Dio. Yeah.
See the thing
Now,
with Yeah, see
Sybil.
the thing with score attacks is that you want to loop your skills and get into stand-up as soon as possible with no time wasted. Okay, and having Dio not being able to charge his partner really kills him because it's gonna be really difficult to get into stand-up with one skill. Like you're basically guaranteed to waste time if you're not using the right partner with them. And Dio doesn't really have a lot of good partners with him at the moment to
That's
make that
very
happen.
true. So I think we should move on to Voice Jotaro, which I do have a thing or two to say about him. So, Sybil, do you want to describe Voice Jotaro's skill?
Um, he's he's a replacer who, if he overlaps over what he replaces, he'll enhance the panels, and he has this. I don't really know how to describe it. Can you describe his pattern?
Well, his pattern's been described like a lightning bolt. It's kind of like just a little squiggly. It's four tiles, so he at most he adds four. He adds four groups of four panels, so a maximum of 16 total. Well, he always adds four groups, but they can overlap, which sounds bad, but you're not punished for the overlap. Speaking of, when he does overlap, you get enhanced panels, which give back charge, which honestly helps him a lot.
Okay, there is one thing I do want to add to Hideo. No partner like charge is pretty bad, but there is a couple units that will save him, which are the enhancers. Two units that are standing at the top right now are BR Koichi and Voice Josuke. So because they are able to charge themselves, they don't require anybody else to help them. So
That's very true.
high Dio's not charging partner doesn't really matter for them. And Voice Josuke is by far the best because if you don't get in the stand up, he'll erase panels and get you right in, and then he'll also enhance the ones he erased.
Well, for the team to really work, you have to SL5 your
They have the
voice
SL5
Josuke,
with both of
which,
them. Both of them have to be
yeah, it's true.
SL5.
Really, that's a lot of work because my Risotto is only SL4 after having him for 6 months now. Yikes.
I also want to just talk about how good Hidio's animations are. Like Every
They're
like
great.
they just completely nailed him. As a JoJo fan, like he's just perfect.
That's very true. But back to the voice Jotaro. I already went over all the overlap and stuff, but he's not entirely random. His randomness is confined to the bottom half of the screen, which is both a good thing and a bad thing for him. It's good because it gives him consistency, and it's somewhat bad because he's more likely to overlap, which, like I said, is somewhat bad because you're not punished for his overlap. He works well with I'd say Pesci, um, probably Pesci, Oingo. A lot of main replaces work well with Oingo.
Would Dyer
Um,
work well with him?
yeah, no, he'd work fine with Dyer. Mm, he lacks partners, but he's a pretty average replacer in my opinion. He's definitely emanating C tier energy, and so some people think he's below Kakyoin, but personally, I think he's above Kakyoin, but below Mista on the current tier list, which uh throws him throws him in the pool with Mariah and Stroheim.
He's definitely not a great risotto partner though, because enhanced panels are kind of redundant with risotto, and also you want to have some consistency with risotto.
Fair. Sybil, do you have anything to say before we move on?
No, not really.
So, on to my favorite part. What are these stamps? So, the button badge stamps happen to replace boss rewards because Bandai Namco wants us to get less diamonds.
So if you collect 8 stamps, you will be automatically entered into a lottery, which only applies to Japan. If you do not live in Japan, you do not have to worry about the this event it because yeah, in Japan, if you win the lottery, they will send you personally in real life a PPP button with original arts, and yeah, we
If you get the 10, you're guaranteed some kind of prize, which might be the pin, or it might be something else. I'm not very sure.
I assume it's going to be like a wallpaper or something like that. It's kind of like
Yeah,
last
maybe.
event.
So, Sibley, do you want to go over our next topic? I know you're kind of quiet right now.
Um, like last time we talked about adventure mode and reliability updates. I don't really know what the reliability updates are, but we can speculate about adventure mode, which I look at it, it's just going to be just like Legends, where you can send a couple units out to do a mission, and they'll bring you back different types of rewards. For this game, it'd probably be coins, level tickets, skill tickets, silver
It,
chair stamps, stuff like that.
I do agree with that. And they actually announced a date for adventure mode and, like I said, reliability. We're going to be getting both of these things on October 30th. So
Oh,
look forward to it.
actually, reliability update could be the update that kills 32-bit phones.
That's actually true. Yeah, I think that is what reliability means. So they're gonna be they Bandai announced I think late last month that they will be killing off all 32-bit Android phones late October. So yeah, we could be seeing a lot of the player base being killed off. So now the new score attack came out, and I forgot who did it, but somebody requested that we go over the current score attack in the next Camcast.
that
So
was
here we are.
me. I was the one who requested the score attack into
Oh,
this part.
perfect. So, I can tell you now, this score attack is definitely a 4-row meta, but you could get 1.5 million with Risotto easily for you Risotto goblins.
Let's just go over who's boosted first. High Dio is boosted. Voice Jotaro is boosted. Regular Joseph is boosted, not the voice one. Kakyoin, Chocolata, and Keicho are boosted. Um, the boss puts one void. So I think it's somewhere around the bottom left of the board, so you cannot 6 by
I
6
believe
with Risotto.
it's the bottom and one of the two middle tiles. I
Yeah,
forgot
Yeah,
where it was.
it's bottom one, third to the left.
yeah, just so you can't 6 by 6 and completely steamroll with Risotto. Uh, meta units. I'll just base it off 3 people. We have Risotto teams, Fotoro teams, and High Dio teams. I'll go over Fotoro first. Fotoro, we have Voice Josuke at the top. Then we have Vanilla Ice, and then we have Dio the World Part 3 one. And for Risotto, basically Risotto is
The
just
non-limited deal.
Forma. Yeah, the non-limited Dio. It's basically just Forma, not really any other partner. Now for
I
the
think
really weird
Yukaka
team.
would work fine.
Yeah, Yukako would probably work, but I don't know if she could break all the way up here.
I've actually seen a
I
couple
don't
Joseph
understand.
teams with Risotto.
Oh yeah,
Like
Joseph Risotto.
yeah, because he's
Yeah,
boosted.
Joseph or Kakyoin with Risotto would do well, just because they're boosted.
Yeah, I tried them out and they do like over 1 million damage with every tile charged
Yikes.
up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Joseph is a GR, so yeah, they would work.
Yep, you're gonna do fat damage with them,
Just
but not really much looping potential because yeah, it's gonna take a while
yeah.
to like you're not gonna replace too many panels, and also Joseph's too random in Kakyoin. You're not gonna get all of the panels connected together once
Mm-hmm.
Risotto's done a skill because you're gonna
Yeah.
have a lot of leftover Risotto panels on the board.
Feel that.
Yeah, and for now we get to Hideo, which is really weird teams. We have, like I talked about earlier, we have Voice Josuke standing at the top. Number one PPP player Winchester actually found this team and he uploaded a run where he managed to get 41 million. And then next we have Hideo and Koichi. Basically, same thing, just so you can't push yourself into stand up with the erase, but you can still charge both of your units up. And there is one team down here which I don't know if it's real or not, but I will go over it. It's
They may be a
It's
hacker.
Voice Jotaro and Hideo. It kind of makes sense because Voice Jotaro does enhance his own panels,
Makes
meaning
some sense.
he could charge himself and Hideo at the same time, but I don't really know.
Until we get conclusive video evidence of this
It's
team in working, it's definitely questionable team at the moment.
I mean they're both boost units, so I could see it happening. They were only like 22 million, right? Like
Yeah,
they score.
they scored
I could believe
22.
it.
Yeah, they scored 22.
I, I could believe it only because of the amount of damage Hideo does per use.
And also, this is a high level
But
player,
that's only because
so
they're boost.
yeah.
They have good cheers.
Okay, well, that's what the score attackment is. Now we're gonna get into the best event in the game that finally came back.
This alone redeems the
What saved
anniversary.
the
This
anniversary?
redeems the whole anniversary. Actually, I'm gonna let Dimes talk about this.
All right, so this is the best event of the anniversary. Starting today, there is going to be five individual formidable enemies to farm. Each one will have their own coin reward. So each one, you're going to get 60,000 coins from each of them, having a lump total of 300,000 coins just from completing these events alone.
They're
And
also not very hard from what I can tell, but don't quote me there.
yeah. So each one are gonna last 2 days, so you better be quick to get them done. And each one are gonna be based off of the Egypt arc of part three. First boss yeah, the first boss that is active right now is Oingo Boingo. After that is going to be Mariah, then followed by Alessi, then Talon Starby, and then finally is going to be Vanilla Ice as the final boss. Yes, this is huge because this is the first time that formidable enemy, a true formidable enemy, has come back since Avdol, which is a couple months ago actually.
It's been several
I
months,
think
yeah.
it was the month or a couple weeks before GR came back or came for the first time.
Yeah, it was when we were getting it was the jail rerun, like the one that has Jotaro's cell furniture.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one.
It's funny that
So
it's funny that it's been gone for so long that a lot of people don't know what formidable enemy is. Like,
you mean Fire Emblem?
yes. But the reason why formidable enemy is such a big deal and so useful is that these bosses grant the highest coin rewards of any level in the game. If you can get into stand up and farm a lot of coins, then you can get like over 2,000 coins per run. At the very least, you're getting like 1,500 profit from each of these runs. And keep in mind, I'm talking about the last boss. The lower bosses actually drop a decent amount of coins as well. So if you need to uncap some units, if you want to do some coin pulls, or you just want to save up and become a millionaire, then you better start farming these events. Cam, you better have this uploaded as soon as possible so people can get the message.
Yeah, you really need to start. If you wanted to farm coins and you're in dire need of coins, these are the events to get your coins.
So think we should probably cut the video here.
Any
We're
last
at
thoughts about the
25.
anniversary? Any
It's
last thoughts?
better.
My
It's
thoughts:
better.
part 1, garbage; part 2, garbage, except for formidable enemy.
Yeah, I can
Personally,
agree with that. I think it's
per-
better.
personally, I'm a big fan of this anniversary as a whole. If you wanted to get a bunch of new units for free, then the 100 free ticks gave out, you're getting like a bunch of stuff. You got a lot of chances for some new units. Like this is the best. Yeah, this is probably the best event for new players I can imagine
Oh
because they're
yeah,
gonna get a lot of good stuff here.
for new
And
players
I
you
do
also,
get
agree with that.
everything.
you're getting a bunch of decent voiced characters for free. You got a chance for voice Jorno, which is probably the best one out of all these, but you're also going to get voice Joseph, which is also a pretty decent unit. Then there's also Prosciutto, which is also a great partner for Fotoro, which we ran last month. And yeah, like honestly, I really enjoyed this event. Really, I got a lot of good stuff. Fotoro ran, so a lot of people got him for the first time ever. And yeah, formidable enemies back, which really takes this event up a notch. And also, I'm just a big fan of Hideo, man. Like Hideo is just the perfect character for me. Like he has great animations. His voice lines are just absolutely iconic. So it's great to just have him just playing around the game. And also, but yeah, I'm just a big fan of this anniversary. I'm gonna give, if I were to rank it with a numerical value, I'd definitely give this a decent 8 out of 10 anniversary. Big fan. Any negatives
So
you
I think
guys
that's
have
about
with
all
it?
the time that we have.
All right.
I think we're about out of time.
All right, well, thank
So,
you, Dimes, for coming to on our podcast.
Also, check out my
Pitter Patter
channel.
Podcast.
Oh yeah, we'll
Also,
have all 3 of our channels in the description.
I've
Yeah,
just
well, I mean,
released
why would I put
Oh
my
yeah,
own
true.
channel in the description?
Why would we put Cam's channel in there? Well, it'll be mine and Dime's channel in there.
I've just
And everyone's
recently
Discord will be down there too. So send any messages if you have questions or if you want to just troll. That's cool too.
but yeah, I just recently came out with a Jonathan Koichi guide to help out new players.
Well, we'll talk to y'all in Camcast 3.
All
Yep,
right,
yep. We'll wrap it up here. We'll see you guys in the next update.
bye guys.